Just voided the warranty. You're supposed to install it with the plastic wrap on it. Shit. Oh, we got something new. We got something from Stetsom. This is the Highline HL2000x4. Very interesting 4-channel. We're gonna look at today. Oh, I have already pulled it out of the box, so that's why it's all. But still all sealed up nice. Sweet. So this amp is interesting for the install because yes, it is a 4-channel, but look at the speaker wiring things. What the heck? But Stetsom told me that I guess the correct terminology would be on these Brazilian style, you have to do the bridge externally on the amp, and on the other 4 channels it happens inside. Yeah, well, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever installed a 4-channel Brazilian like this, so I'm just kind of rolling with the punches. But yeah, it's a nice little amp. It has a fan on it. I just needed some more power for the mids that I'm gonna drop in, but made in Brazil. So this is full Brazil, baby. Here's some of the power ratings. This thing puts out some pretty good watts. And when I had the previous 4-channel that I'm taking out right now, that my bro Hunter's taking out right now, I thought it was gonna deliver some wattage, and it didn't deliver the watts that I needed, so I needed something that's a little bit bigger. Stetsom had this beast, so we'll try it out. One thing I might add with this install is that this amp needs a DSP. So the only reason why this amp was compatible for me is because I have that PRV 2.8 DSP that will be the external crossover for this amplifier. Otherwise, it's just very simplistic with your levels. So let's see. PRV DSP 2.8X. Let's correct some RCA signals here. So here's this thing powering on. That's it. So the DSP will do all the actual smart work, I guess you'd say. All right, let's cut this puppy open. Oh, so satisfying. Just voided the warranty. You're supposed to install it with the plastic wrap on it. Shit. So here we are working on it, me and Hunt. And Hunt's working on putting that Stetsom over here. We had to replace the 4-channel that was in there because it wasn't enough power. The bully stays in because it actually makes this clearance for where the seat goes down. And so we'll see. Remember, you got to run this thing off a DSP, so I'm getting to that now. Well, it's my job to report back to you guys if I like a product or not. And the Stetsom amp actually sounds crisp right now. We're just testing and tuning. It sounds nice and crisp. But the install itself, I'll get back to you on that one. So it is a rude and crude install, but I really wanted to try this thing, and I'm gonna have to reorganize everything. I originally wanted to put this here, but it doesn't fit. So whatever. So yeah, this is all Olive Garden right now. I don't have the right RCAs on hand. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm at my friend's house, but it is working. It is tuned in, and I'm going to bang it for a few days and see what it works. I'm going to fix this tomorrow. I'm going to fix some of the RCAs tomorrow, but I don't really necessarily like amps with those type of inputs. Not the way it was done, because the way it has to be done for this type of amp. But I like Allen key inputs, and then the actual Allen key inputs that are in the amp were undersized even for bully performance 4-gauge OFC, so we had to trim some to get it in. So there's just a lot of little things. The fan on it is nice. It keeps it nice and cool, but it is loud. So there's that. So far though, the sound quality that's coming out of it is really nice on the front mids.
Rap it, then I send it, then I sell it. When I die, I'm taking my trap money and found my way in heaven. Pour a 4, smoke a 7, shoot the dice, roll 11. Run with lunatics like Nelly. College girl, she go to spell me. See it on his face, he scary. Heard it through the streets, he telling stupid things. She shake like jelly, cut the plastic.
So I just had the initial test run with that Stetsom Highline 2000x4, and you know, I did mention that it has a noisy fan, but the fan did keep it at operating temp the whole time after it's wedged up under the seat, because it's a tighter squeeze than I care to admit. But man, does it play some pretty sweet vocal. It sounds really good on my mids. Better than the 4-channel that was running in beforehand, the Bully BP230x4, and better than the JP234 that replaced, or that this one replaced. So for what it is, shit, motherfucker speaks to me, talks that mad talk. I do have some new mids that I'm going to drop in, and the whole reason why I wanted that amp was because it had enough power for the mids that I'm going to put in. But anyway, so there's that first initial run, and I'm going to do some more tinkering on it, and so I'll get back to you here in a second. Another day, another dollar, this time working by myself, but I finished up the Stetsom, at least for now. Remember, test bench install, cleaned up the wires. Yeah, because I don't have amps like this. I don't have any things, little install things for these. I don't know what the fuck you call them, because I don't use them. Anyway, had to do a whole bunch of shit just to make it work. Cleaned up the RCAs a little bit, and just tie wrap the best I can. But hell, you give it 2 weeks and I'll have to swap something else out and take all the tie wraps off and rerun all the wires. That's why I don't bother to make it super clean, because you know, nothing lasts forever, and car audio moves so quickly that whatever, man. But this one's running really good, and actually I will say, out of all the amps that have been in this little section of my bourbon, which is where I normally keep the 4-channel, or I had the full bridge monoblock to run the mids. Out of all the amps that have ran my front door speakers, the Hammertech OCF 6.5s, this Stetsom has been like the cleanest sounding and loudest. So it's like the perfect mixture of super fucking loud and really clean, even down to the lower volume and whatnot. So you know what, I give the Stetsom Highline 2000.4 a pass, even though there are some installation things that I wasn't too keen about. I still give it a pass. If you have the room for it and you need that much watts, it'll deliver some mad wattage. So yeah, I do like it. And yeah, it's a little loud, the fan, but you know, for most of the installs that need something of this size of wattage, you know, the 2000x4 or whatever, what can you expect? At least it has a fan. So yeah. So anyway, so yeah, actually, I'm actually interested in listening, getting demos from more Stetsom full bridge amplifiers. You hear the Terra amp stuff left and right. You hear other brands left and right, but I don't get to see Stetsom at my like base meets or the places that I go to or whatever. So this is really cool for me to play with it. So thank you, Stetsom, for letting me play with this Highline 2000.4 and putting up with me. So yeah, like I said, not perfect. I still got things to order, but because I don't use amps with terminals like that, so I have to order some things. But yeah, I actually got it to fit under the seat a little bit better. Just barely touches, but that's not bad. Much better than it was yesterday. So that's it. There is another amp install in the bourbon. Well, I think this thing's getting tired of amps getting in and out, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something really cool about those Stetsom amps. Kind of interesting the way you have to wire them up with the 6 speaker outputs, I guess. So it is interesting, and I was up for the challenge, and it's really not that hard. You just wire them up a little differently. So thank you guys for watching, and if you check out any more information right here, I'm going to tag them below at Stetsom USA, and check out their page. Check out the other amps they got coming. The Volcom amps are actually pretty sweet. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all stay banging, bros. If you have any more questions about this amp, I've expressed all the information that I have for you guys. Message Stetsom themselves and check them out. You can catch all these on, I think, eBay, Amazon, and then you can get them straight from Stetsom as well. So thank you guys for watching. All love from the bro.